In today's episode, our heroes, well, I've actually got to get ready for a visitor. So, Elgar, you wake up, you're on a shimmering light surrounded by a rainbow. There's all sorts of platforms of old hallways and corridors just kind of floating in this black abyss. In the center, you see a businessman drinking coffee, sitting next to a TV, and has a couch directly across from him. He has extra coffee, it seems, for guests. What does Elgar do?
Elgar, definitely looking pretty confused and dazed and out of it, stumbles onto the walkway towards the man, does a perception check to see if there's anything else he can observe in addition to the weird walkways and nothingness.
Yeah.
Maybe actually I'd like to use my bionic eye just to scan the man.
You look and see that your hands are a little transparent. You are your spirit. And your monocle is not a part of your spirit.
Oh, I'm monocleless.
But you can still make a perception check.
I'll do a perception check.
Oh my god. So you got a natural 20.
Why, yes, I did.
All right. Well, this is going to speed some things up. You see in the far bottom left corner of the stage, as it were, is a representation of the drift. And the walkways go straight to it. You could go anywhere in the drift from this place. In the top right corner, you see a piano. Seems like it's just recreational. In the top left, you see a gateway full of shimmering light, and you're not quite sure what it is, but it seems celestial. What you also notice with your natural 20 is that all those corridors and moving platforms are fake.
Whoa.
The entire region is one flat, safe place. So you can just walk up to the businessman drinking his coffee because everything else was just an illusion. That dark abyss is actually a dark floor.
Elgar's like, what?
And your host says, why don't you take a seat, Elgar? Maybe, would you like some coffee?
Can I do that here?
Yes.
I don't feel like myself, but I do.
Elgar, you're more of yourself than you've ever been. And Elgar, you notice that every scar is gone. Every bad anything is gone. And you are the most yourself you have ever felt. Your body is everything of your own identity within your own being, represented in a spirit form. You're actually a few years younger.
I feel good. I would love a cup of coffee.
He pours you some. He glances over to his right at the TV, and what you see is the arena. And he says, well, I've really been watching you. I didn't mean to, and he hands you the cup of coffee. It's really good, and it smells amazing. I didn't really mean to intervene that much. I mean, I could fax Dayman your prayers if you want. Oh, forgive me, I did not introduce myself. You may call me Mr. Travel. I do get around. And he sort of glances over to the portal that goes into the drift.
Does all I remember was going supernova. Can you honestly fill me in?
I really can. When you went supernova and blew yourself up, and then I saw an opportunity because, well, I really need your help. Well, you probably saw me while you were, dying is the right word to use.
Does this have anything to do with that present I got from Nick Nackerson?
Saint Nick Nackerson was quite an accident, and I apologize for that, and I already apologized to him. But there is a pressing matter at hand. And it's the reason that I took the chance to bring you here.
I don't really have much choice in what I'm doing right now.
If you want to leave, you just need to go. And he points to that shimmering celestial light. That will lead you to your body. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, you are more than free to leave.
Can I do a perception check on the TV to like get the read on what's happening at the arena?
Sorry. Oh my God.
That was maniacal and ominous.
Yes, you...
Ghoul just like giving you mouth to mouth with like...
No, this doesn't make me feel comfortable at all.
You look at the arena, you see a frozen image. You see all the turrets just firing like crazy, creating a giant crater. You see the skeleton of the electric dinosaur. You see the biggest crater ever with your body in the middle of it. You see Gusty Adams on his face on the sand of the arena bed, and you see Gull running blindly straight for a wall.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
You even see the robotic arm and some extra pieces from the electric dinosaur's cybernetic bits.
Yeah, don't worry, we're gonna save you.
You also see a very safe teleporter portal in the center.
Oh, yeah. Huh. If I stay here, can you help my friends?
Oh, sorry, I pulled you out because you were breaching... You're having a near-death experience. And so they would have to have the same conditions. There are rules I have to follow. You see, well, this is part of the explanation, if you want to hear it.
Yes. I want to know what's going on here. This is just too weird. And as long as time is frozen...
Just like, nah, I'm not interested.
Hit me with it.
Very well, you're probably going to need a second cup. He literally gives you a second mug of coffee to so you can double fist coffee cups.
Nice.
What does this guy look like again? He's just like...
He is an older man.
Is it Kyle MacLachlan? Like...
He's an older man, but yeah, that's an apt description.
It's D.B. Cooper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that guy. I just Googled him.
Very well. Then I suggest you listen and drink both of your coffee cups. You see, there's too much joy in Panquake. Not the happy and kind joy as you and I understand it. Rather, the unbridled, maddened, hysteria-filled joy. The kind of joy found at the very end of a dark tunnel that results in red eyes and far too many teeth. Or the kind of joy found in the eyes of someone watching the executioner's axe fall. Something is growing in power on Panquake, and it seems it is not chaos for once. I noticed you can't help but look around, Elgar. And he sees you kind of absentmindedly looking at the area. This might seem like a type of purgatory, but it's quite far from it. More like a very special observatory that death has allowed me to operate. Anyway, joy. If this...
But the bad joy.
That's one way of putting it. So if this bad joy, this particular type of emotion, becomes too great, the material plane is doomed. The ethereal plane is doomed. Even me is doomed. And I wouldn't like that very much. I'd like to keep the connection between the planes just as they are, if I can help it. Which brings me to the reason why I snatched you out of your own body. Will you help me keep the balance of your reality, and by association my reality, by removing such a destructive force as joy from Panquake? This is not compulsory. And before you answer, we're gonna take a brief intermission from you as Ross.
I'm stumbling around. Oh.
Yep.
What the fuck? This is the crater where he was?
Nope. What you start seeing, because you're blind, you start seeing a flickering light You see a sphere of perpetual explosions appear in front of you. Dual electric guitars materialize on either side, assaulting your senses with a sick-ass metal rhythm as electric blades fly from each instrument and cross above the sphere of chaotic fire and smoke. Then, you hear an even more deafening sound of an iron horse, nay, a deep shattering engine roars into your soul, and you see twin-linked Gatling guns fused to the front of the most badass metal hog motorcycle you've ever witnessed in your reality fly from a cacophony of explosions at impossible speeds and stop directly in front of you from what seems like a decade of anticipation, but within a moment. The man atop the leather seat looks down to you, and he says, "Whoa, that was totally gnarly. Hey there, little dudes. My name's Keanu. How do you do? Did you like my sick-ass entrance?"
Of course, it's Keanu. I give him a respectful clap.
Excellent. Say, what are you both doing here?
Elgar, our lizard friend, blew himself up. He blew himself. And, yeah, like...
There's gotta be a better way to say that.
And I'm stumbling over there to try to find him, and now I'm not sure if I'm crazy since I'm talking to
Whoa.
you.
All right.
Apparently talking to the god of heavy metal or something, or motorcycles.
Yeah, I'm Keanu, the god of action and kindness. Well, I guess it must have been celestial interference. Whoa. Cool. I'm so sorry to show up like this. I mean, you being one of my new believers and all. Who's that behind you? You see Gusty Adams is behind you.
Am I still blind?
That is me.
Yes, so...
I had just assumed this was... I didn't realize that was me sitting there. I thought I was still just in the dirt, but... No, cool, I'll be here too.
Weird. I didn't know you were one of my believers. Anyway, well, while I'm here...
I'm as surprised as you are.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
That's alright, you will eventually.
Excellent. Oh, well, while I'm here, check this out. Keanu reaches down and touches Audrey and goes, "Excellent! Now you can kick double the ass when you need to, my dude." And with that, he goes back. He goes back to where he came from.
Just reverses his cool motorcycle.
Backs it up.
Except he kind of just like waddle walks it backwards. And
All of the
not.
explosions cease to exist, and he travels far, far away. Goal, you can now, as a standard action, have Audrey separate into two pistols.
Okay, cool. I saw that in my character sheet the other day, and I was curious what that was about.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that's what it is. And so now you can properly execute your trick attack and start doing some major damage up close.
Cool.
If you so choose. Audrey says, "What the hell just happened to me?
I think he made you pregnant with more guns.
Whatever the thing is, I feel awesome. No, I think I feel excellent. Why do I feel excellent, Gull?"
I can't even say it with a straight face. I caress her barrel gently. It's okay.
Gull, I think
okay.
I need to separate and become two excellent things.
This is Panquake where anything can happen, sure.
Pistol mode engage. She detaches from the middle, and two barrels. A two-barrel pistol, god damn it. She detaches from the middle, and you are now wielding two sleek, long-barreled pistols that can wreak havoc wherever they go.
After holding them in my hand, I assume that they're really awesome pistols, even though I'm still blind. They feel great to the touch.
Yes.
That was a lot more sexual than I would have expected.
Aw, yeah.
While his gun is transforming, I'm gonna take my guitar out and do the high-necked riff thing from Bill and Ted.
When you do that, the sound explodes from your guitar. The volume is outrageous. This is the loudest your guitar has ever sounded. And you look down and you see there's a setting on.
Be outrageous.
There's a setting on the guitar that says acoustic and electric. It is switched to electric. That wasn't there before you met Keanu.
Oh, I thought he went to 11 now.
No, that'll be the modification I make to it later, though.
So now your acoustic guitar can magically sound electric whenever you want.
Oh, that's gonna be super handy later.
Maybe you should try playing it around stuff. Anyway, back to Elgar.
Question: did I just witness that on the television?
You did witness that on the television. Mr. Travel switched the channel, and we saw the perspective of Keanu.
Did I hear volume, or is it just an image?
Oh, it's everything. You heard everything.
Okay.
In high definition.
Mr. Travel says, "Oh, well, at least they're meeting some gods."
Do you know that guy?
Keanu?
The excellent one?
All the gods pass through my domain, really just to ask questions. You think gods are omniscient? No. I am omniscient.
So you're not a god?
Sorry, that was really sinister sounding. I apologize.
I really need to work on my delivery.
I really am sorry about that. No. What I do is I find out specific information. I only have one TV and I can only see one channel at a time, but I have really infinite channels. It takes a while to learn how to use the clicker. There's just a remote with one red button sitting next to his computer, which the computer is sitting on top of the coffee table.
That's what that is.
Oh, is that what that, like, early 90s looking TV is sitting there?
So the early 90s TV is the TV, but he has a laptop sitting in front of him on his coffee table. He has speakers and a little headset.
Oh, I see that now.
Sorry, I do like to broadcast, just for whoever's listening, just in my free time. It's a hobby. I don't expect much of it, but anyway, back to us.
Yeah.
What is your answer?
What was the question again? I saw the motorcycle and I just tuned you out. I'm sorry.
I
It's
was
okay.
a big fan of that guy's movies, so...
That was just pretty badass, you gotta admit.
Oh, yes, Keanu is quite badass. He is the god of action and kindness, after all. No,
Yeah, what an interesting combo. I like that.
I don't know if he has a bad side, to be honest. Anyway, my question was, will you help me remove Joy from Panquake?
Quite honestly, if it means the death of Panquake in my material realm, then I suppose I don't have any options. And I'd be happy to help you if you could maybe give me some assurances that you got our back.
The only thing I can really assure is you may call upon me when you really need me. I mean, look how I brought you here when you were dying. Maybe if you really need help, similar circumstances might present themselves. But beyond that, our exchange might even end here. But who knows, I might seek you out. At this point, I just am trying to inform you of the threat. You are my hands, pretty much. I can't really leave this place, so I make sure I observe everything else. I'm a bit of a information buff.
So why us? Why were you looking at us on your TV?
Did you notice how many bloodhounds you have fought? And you don't feel strange?
Well, I felt strange this whole time.
It's a feeling I can't escape in this world.
There's a constant, just uneasy feeling going on in my body. On this world of Panquake.
It's as if it's equipped on your person.
No, I understand that. But it's almost like you don't belong somehow. That one I can't explain. No, most people that experience the bloodhounds, they change. The joy seeps deep inside and it changes who they are, changes their spirits. And that's how joy has gotten a hold of Panquake. You and your friends seem to be resistant somehow. You've fought so many of them. Granted, at the arena it was your fault that they showed up, but you didn't know.
Well, I don't know about that. I can't really remember how they got there. Was it the Electro Dino? Was that where we went wrong?
No, it was just poor choice of weapons at the time.
I regret nothing.
What happens if I go into the void thing in the bottom left corner there? That thing looks a little scarier than the celestial.
Well, unless you know where you're going, you could end up anywhere. I don't recommend using that. You can use it if you want, but that is how I get around. Well, that's how I was able to get to you. I may not leave here permanently, but I can make errands. Like snatching up a soul.
And that piano?
Oh, that's my pastime. I'm still trying to learn. What's it called? Twinkle, twinkle, little snoot, I believe it goes.
Star. Trust me, I know.
Weird, I've never heard that. It sounds foreign and outlandish. But I like it. I think I'll change it to that.
Oh, it is.
So, you are still reluctant.
I just kind of want to know what I'm getting myself into. I have one last question.
Well, before that, let me at least tell you this. I am giving you this information, and what you choose to do with it is up to you. If you end up helping me, all right, Panquake is saved. But if you choose to ignore me, you're still in, what's a good term? Deep shit, I think. You're in it whether you know it or not.
This is true. I hope my friends will be okay with me signing us up for this. As long as we can kill a few birds with one stone and find a snoot scoot and pay some debt to Panquake and kill the bad Joy, get the bad Joy out of here. I think we could find an agreement. So on that note, I'm down to help you, but is there like a god of joy we could take out or something like that?
That's why I'm calling in for backup. As much as I can see, I can't find joy. I can't find whoever is creating all of this negative joy. They're quite elusive, and I don't know why. And you can see, well, me being me, Mr. Travel, the observer, I can't let it go. And it seems that I'm in trouble. And I really must know just about everything, especially on Panquake. I don't know if you've noticed, Panquake is a bit of a hub of things that shouldn't belong.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've struggled with that, to be honest.
That's completely understandable. Well, Elgar.
Well, Mr. Traveler.
You agree?
I agree. Quite uneasily, though.
You may put the mugs down now.
Elgar sets his mugs down.
As soon as you hit the coffee table with the mugs, reality darkens, and you are thrown once again into the arena.
Oh, no.
And while you're traveling through your consciousness, you feel a sense, a warm sense, almost like Dayman was right next to you. And so you feel his presence, and he says, "Sorry, Elgar, I just got Mr. Travel's fax. You wanted a prayer. Well, here's your answer. Why don't you have this?" And he gives you a resolve point, so now you are up to 2. And
nice.
He says, "That was because I was so tardy. Well, tell you what, I'll bless whatever those knickknacks are. And whatever happens, happens. Just know, always be inquisitive, and seek to understand entropy." And with that, you feel the warmth fade away. It doesn't disappear, but he gently fades away from your consciousness as you're flying towards your body.
Whoa.
Elgar, you slam down into your body. You're in a giant crater. There's a blood wolf in front of you. There's a dentist that is unconscious. All the turrets are going off. The man is yelling at Dentist Jay Giroux for assistance. And everyone seems to act like they're blind. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, this should go well. 25.07.
19.02.
12 for me.
That might be the lowest initiative I've seen from you.
I'm sorry, I'll do better.
No, it happens, man. It's okay.
Don't worry, I set a low bar.
This is the last round of blindness for everybody. Sadly, you still have to make some stuff. So Elgar knows there's a portal, and he knows what everything looks like. Elgar and Gusty, you don't really know. Okay.
Am I blind?
You are not blind, but you have 1 HP and there's a blood wolf directly in front of you.
Gotcha.
First up is Gusty.
All right. Do I have any idea where I am in relation to anything?
You fell down face first on the sand. The sand lets you know that you were on the very first floor of the arena from where you started. You're a ways from the original teleportation, but you heard something similar to the teleporter open up to your left. That's all you know.
Okay. And I could roughly guess that I'm on like the south end of it.
Correct.
What do they call it? Are the dentist or the man making any noise at all?
Dentist Jay Giroux, he's stumping towards the blood wolf. The man is simply saying he can't see. Go get him. So he's giving some orders. You hear the rippling sound of the teleportation, very safe teleporter. Everything else is covered up by all 4 of the turrets shooting the stairs.
Okay, cool. So I can hear that too. So I'm going to call out to Ghoul just to see if he answers or if he can hear me. Like, ask him where he's at.
Yeah, I hear you. I think I'm tripping balls, though. I'm blind, and a guy on a motorcycle touched my gun, and now she has babies.
Well, when you put it like
that was one hell of an explosion, I tell you what. All right, I'm going to try... I mean, I don't know if there's a check I can make for this, but can I kind of like echolocate roughly the direction I need to go to get to the crater? Like just based on...
You know the crater is straight ahead, and you know from, not necessarily Ghoul, but from the turrets, the 2 firing turrets to your right are super crazy loud. The 2 firing turrets to your left are much softer.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do my best and just again run in a straight line toward where I'm pretty sure the explosion and Elgar are.
You'll need to give me an acrobatics check first to see if you maintain balance while running while blinded.
That's 14.
14. You do get it. It's a DC 10. You got it. So you can run up to your full speed in a straight line.
Running at full speed, it's like 120, isn't it?
It's up to 4 times, and you're flat-footed. Yes.
This is... Yep, there it is.
You slam into a wall.
That was so fast.
You slam into a wall, and that lets you know that is the wall of the arena before the stairs. So,
all right, I'm making progress.
And
Pretty
you
sure
feel
I'm on the other side.
You still feel like you're very far away from Elgar, but you feel rubble for some reason, some inexplicable crater-like rubble under your feet.
Okay, do I hear any other sounds, like any indication that there's a bloodhound down there?
You hear maniacal laughing to your left and quite a ways.
I'm going to communicate this to Ghoul, and then I guess that'll be my turn.
The maniacal laughing.
Can I just say something as I come back to life?
Sure.
Oh, good, he's alive. Okay, so then I'm going to, hearing him cry out in his soul entering his body again, I use my frogman powers, nonplussed my lack of sight, to jump as far over there as I can, rely on the fact that I'm not very heavy, that I'm not going to hurt myself too much if I land on my face.
Yep, give me an acrobatics. You do it.
All right, how far do I know with my super jump I get kind of, or do I have to do
Well, the super jump is just literally for jumping.
Ability.
Yeah, it's for the jumping portion of athletics. Okay. Running while blinded is actually balance, so it's acrobatics. You're going to have to give me more acrobatics.
Okay.
Because you can't see. Okay, another acrobatics, DC 15. Oh, jeez.
Come on.
All right. You can run in a straight line.
Come on.
Come on. Ready for the natural one.
Yes.
You can move.
He can turn.
Okay,
right.
With those checks, you can run the rest of your movement.
Call out to Elgar. Like, how you doing?
I'm okay.
This arena's not. What the fuck were you thinking?
I think I did a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't need my retinas. It's fine.
Okay.
There's a blood wolf. Help.
And guess whose turn it is? It's the Blood Wolf's turn.
Quick.
So the Blood Wolf actually, upon hearing the Very Safe teleporter portal show up, books it to the teleporter.
Whoa.
Because that leads back to the Uppercase City.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, man.
They can deal with it.
And when the Blood Wolf runs away from Elgar, Dentist J. Giroux casts an incantation and the wolf stops dead in its track, almost like it's paralyzed. All right. Elgar, your turn.
Just kind of stumbling to my feet. I assume I'm a little bit wobbly, being so close to death.
Can you give me a fortitude save first, because you're still poisoned?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boom. All right. The poison has stopped. You do not further along the condition track, but you are still weakened until you are taken care of for 24 hours to move back up the condition track. This is why poison is so bad.
Gotcha. Just for the record, when I entered my body on round 1, I went into graviton mode. And I'm in graviton mode now, so I got 2 attunement points for that.
Nice.
But I kind of stumble up to my feet, kind of brush myself off, and I yell out to Ghoul and Gusty, and I say, "I'm over here, guys!" And I start walking towards them to regroup. Yeah, he's only 30 feet away. I can run over to Ghoul. Where's Gusty at? Oh, maybe I just meet him.
All right, so you stood up and you moved, so that's your full turn. Everybody does have Mark 1 healing serums. Just throwing that out there. Mr. running around with 1 HP.
That sounds like a good thing to do. I'm going to heal 1d8 and use one of my...
You've used too many actions because you had to stand up and you moved.
Oh, okay. Next time.
On the next time. Gusty, you're next.
Okay, I'm...
You are no longer blinded.
Oh, sweet. That's super helpful. What's it called? The Bloodhound is frozen in place, right?
Yes, the Bloodhound cannot move.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to go over to... Let me see here. I'm going to go over to Elgar. Is this crater deep, or can we just walk across it?
You can just walk across it. Okay. It's pretty even. It's at a slight slope. But yeah, it's a very generous crater. You can just walk straight across it with no problems. It's a little rocky, but nothing. It's like coarse sand.
Okay, sweet.
As opposed to smooth sand.
I don't think I can do this in one round. I think it takes a full round, but I'm getting out a med kit and I'm starting to treat Elgar.
So what are you doing exactly? What is the treatment? Are you healing deadly wounds?
Well, my medical expert is a full round, so I can't move and do it. But so basically, correct. I'm just walking up to him and getting out my med kit.
Oh yeah, you're pulling it out. Okay, yeah.
And that'll be the turn.
You're advancing slowly with the syringe.
Ghoul, you're next.
Also rubbing my head from what I hit it super hard on the wall.
And you are no longer blinded, Ghoul.
My blinding. Okay, sure. Okay. So the wolf is running.
Well, the wolf was running, but then J. Giroux paralyzed it, so it cannot move beyond where it is. It's running towards the portal.
Okay. I am going to try out my new babies and blast them.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito style.
You can move up to your speed, do a trick attack, and then attack. So move 30 feet, then trick attack and attack.
Sure. So about here.
Yeah.
And then trick attack.
Oh, geez. So it'd be a bonus 7 damage. Now...
I have to do a stealth, right? Or
yeah, do a stealth check. Heck yeah, the DC is 24. You got a 33. You get that. So now you do a normal attack.
With the pistols, right?
Yep. Boom. You hit it. So you do 10. Oh, God. You do 10 damage, and the wolf erupts in flame and then melts. You one-shot the thing.
That's satisfying.
Nice. I like my pistols.
Booyakasha.
You know, I think I'm really enjoying being split up like this. Let's go kill more things.
Honey, not right now.
Very well.
No, all the others are listening.
Excellent. That was good. All right. So now with the enemy vanquished, Dentist Jejaru takes this time and walks over to his fallen sibling or brother or sister or whatever is in that armor. Let's see. Everybody, because you don't know it, let's make a perception check for me.
That'll be a 10.
21.
Ooh.
Nice.
Gol and Elgar equally notice that there is a used spellcaster pistol as well as a broken phasic scythe rapier sitting where the electric dinosaur's arm fell. So this is loot straight from the monster itself. That is loot that you guys are able to take. There's also a whole bunch of gold, but gold is kind of useless. If you guys want some, you can take some, but it's not really worth anything.
No trade-in value.
Because all monsters have gold.
Unless gold is gold used for anything, just like peanut butter or something.
I mean, you're on the right track.
Then I take a bunch of gold as well.
All right, you take a handful of gold.
I don't know, gold.
A handful of gold coins.
Could melt it down for like electrical components or something. Oh, nothing. I'm just thinking.
I like the way you're thinking, Gusty.
All right. Do you guys pick up the loot, or what do you do?
I guess, yeah. Might as well pick it up.
Yeah. Can I go for the space rapier? The
Yeah, that thing
phasic
sounded
side
pretty sweet.
rapier?
Sure. The used up spell thrower pistol, you load up a spell gem, it takes 1 minute, or you can have it preloaded. It operates like casting a spell. This one has supercharged weapon, it has 3 charges, and it has Phantom Cycle 3 charges. Supercharged weapon, you can add 4d8 to any attack, as long as like you point it at a gun, you put the spell on the gun, and then it does much more damage. The Phantom Cycle, you can summon a phantom motorcycle at any time. It lasts for 1 hour.
And you can ride that motorcycle?
You can ride that motorcycle.
Wouldn't it be cooler if you couldn't, though?
For an hour.
So wouldn't it be cooler if you couldn't, though? Just summoned a motorcycle you couldn't do anything with? Just sort of stood there and looked at it?
Or what if it was sort of like an anvil that just drops on an enemy?
Listen, however you guys use the Phantom Cycle is up to you. It is just currently a spell a pistol can cast. Now, the Broken Phasic Scythe Rapier is a little different. It's one-handed. It does sonic damage, but the cool thing, it's critical, does wounds. So you can cut people's limbs off, blind them with the eyes, and it has a special trait of operative, which means you can use your dexterity for its damage instead of strength.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Says the strength-oriented person. You're like, rapier. I could smash things with that.
Yeah, but that pistol seems pretty legit.
Yeah, and all of you share it, so that's why it's available in your journal.
So it says it's used up, so it needs to be recharged, like with new spells, or just with like...
Yeah, you can buy spells from any caster, like a technomancer or a mystic or anything like that. They can make the spell gems and sell them to you.
Oh, okay.
Some of the spell gems in the gun are broken. Like it got damaged. It was something within the cybernetic bit of the electric dinosaur. So the electric dinosaur was going to use this stuff on you. How the Phantom Cycle was going to be used from a dinosaur against you guys, I don't know, but it's there.
Cool.
So that's what that is.
So it's collectively available to any of us to use?
Yeah, you just say whoever has it, it's light bulk, so it's negligible.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just used to cast spells, so it's in all of your inventories because it's something everyone could use. We just need to, if someone's going to carry it, we just need to, like, agree who it is.
Okay.
We'll just toss it back and forth.
I think it should be between Gol or Elgar because you guys spotted it.
Gotcha. I can carry it. I've got extra. I can carry things.
Things.
I'm big.
Yes.
Me big, me carry.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's her bag of holding.
I am a bag.
I am a bag.
I just remembered, sorry, not to go on a bird walk, but did I buy, I think I wrote it down on a scrap of paper I don't have with me, but did I buy like breathe in space crystals?
You did. You
gem?
bought 2 life bubble
Life bubble.
ampules.
Ampules. Okay.
The man teleports down to you guys and he says, "What was that? And how are you alive, Elgar?"
He was my buddy, the pond god.
The pond god?
Yeah, I asked him to come around. He came and helped out, I assume.
I've never heard of anyway, do any of you feel bad in any way? Do you feel happy in any way?
This is a philosophical question.
Feel happy I'm not dead?
Never mind. Listen, varies like clockwork. Usually everyone's dead by now anyway. Just take whatever you've got and get back to the talent show. I have to prepare my speech. Just, this thing is done. I have had it with all of you. You know what? No. Give me those knives. I don't care that you know what they are. I don't care at all. I need control. So hand me those knives.
I think mine's still sticking out of the head of that dinosaur over there.
Gusty, you look down and it's on your belt.
Oh, hello there.
I'm Gusty Adams.
I'm gonna...
Hello, knife.
Hello, ma'am. I'm gonna walk up to the man and tell him, you know what, I was wrong before I got an answer to your question. I'm gonna hold up my hand, like in a high five motion and say, would you care to oblige me?
He simply holds up his hand.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a high five. And then I'm gonna say, now I'm happy. And then I'm gonna walk to the portal.
You're forgetting, I need those knives.
You seem like the kind of man, if he wants something, he can get it.
Elgar nods in approval.
Do you really want me to do this?
I'm telling you that last time this fell off my person, it happened on my person again. I don't know that I've got any choice in me having it. If you can figure out a way to get it off me and make it stay off me, well, you're welcome to it.
It appeared back on your person?
Yeah, it's friendly that way. I think it likes me.
Then let's do an experiment. Why don't you give me your knives anyway, and I'll simply teleport to where I need to be right now. If the knives truly come back to you, there's nothing I can do about it.
We did everything you wanted us to. We killed those bloodhounds.
The man cast command on all of you. Make a DC 27 will save.
That's kind of what I was waiting for.
You know what?
Oh my god. I don't think I can
A natural 20 is the only way to get out of it. God damn it.
Like that natural 20?
Yeah. Yeah.
Goddamn commanding punk.
Gull and Elgar are commanded just to drop their weapons.
And I shriek in horror for having dropped Audrey's baby.
Audrey goes, "Oh God, why'd you drop me?" The man
I'm so sorry.
The man telekinetically picks up the weapons and he's looking at Gusty and he says, "You raise more questions than I have answers for. My dear android, where are you from?"
Oh, I'm from a barn out over the horizon. You might have been there, out in the valley.
Can you please describe to me this clearly strong pond god?
I mean, he's the shy sort, kind of big, not to offend present company, but kind of looks like a big ugly frog last time I saw him. But, he comes around when, mostly when he wants something from me. But this time, I think he came through for me all right.
I will be watching you with great interest.
Oh, you won't be disappointed.
And for that matter, Elgar, I'll be watching you as well. Gull, you're all right.
Thanks.
Nice guns, by the way. Sorry I made you drop them.
Never mind. I don't have a good comeback.
The man explodes in a bunch of pixels and teleports away.
Sweet guns, bro.
Thanks, my DLC skins.
From Keanu. We interrupt this episode to bring you fun facts about Panquake. So I guess the facts are about Me? Here you are then. I am Mr. Travel. My role here is simple. Observe the universe. If that sounds like a big job, well, you're right. It is. The being you know most commonly as Death gifted me a chance to redeem myself for what I can only guess was my existence as I lived and breathed. But that was so long ago it's hard to keep track of it all. I was hired to sit in my own dimension, observe the universe, and calculate the state of balance within. This means that if a god or civilization grow too powerful, I simply pass my reports further up the chain. Officially, I don't decide what happens to such growth of power. However, as you've already heard, there are a few loopholes I can use to change certain aspects of the universe for the better. So now you see, it's rather a big job. Speaking of, it's about time to get back to work. Anyway, now back to the show. All right, so now you're alone. Does anyone pay attention to Dentist Jejaru and the Rifleman?
Oh, I kind of forgot about him. Do they look okay?
I noticed he went over to the Rifleman.
What you see is the Dentist Rifleman laying down on his back, and you see his hand raised up, like as to stop Dentist Jejaru. Dentist Jejaru has the biggest pistol you've ever seen in his hand, and he's just still. Then you see the Dentist Rifleman slowly start heaving up and down, almost as if he's gonna throw up. And then you realize he's laughing, and he won't stop laughing. And you see Dentist Jejaru solemnly put the pistol to his fellow dentist's head and blows his head off clean. Then he teleports away.
That was not a friendly thing to do.
All right, what do you guys do?
Did I look to see if the Dentist Rifleman left anything behind?
Oh, yeah, he's in like a mech suit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go pick through his corpse, vultures, guys.
All right. You can go there.
Duh.
Yeah, let's go poke around at this.
Who touches the armor?
Does it look like glowy or anything?
Wait.
Oh,
I'm gonna use my bounty hunter knowledge. If I've dealt with dentists before, are they like booby trapped, like predator style, to like not be taken or something like that? Like their
thinking
tech is like too powerful.
Ooh, you got a 28.
Holy
Jeez,
shit.
dude, nice. So
that they blow up like IG-11 or whatever. We can't be taken prisoner.
the dentist armor is sturdy stuff. But to prevent people from getting such high-tech, almost invulnerable armor, they put a very small dwarf star shrunken down into its battery pack that condenses down into a black hole once a few chain reactions are enacted. You know these chain reactions are happening right now. You start hearing the armor creak and bend and crack. And then before you know it, the dentist is crushed until it is as small as a nickel. A nickel.
Oh, a nickel. Okay.
Does anyone pick up the nickel?
I am fighting the urge so hard right now. Is it making a noise? Does it?
No. So all that happened really quick. With a bounty hunter check of 28, you know a dentist nickel is very, very safe.
Cool. Well, I don't know anything about it, so I'll leave this to Google.
Dentist nickels are something you can trade in for a reward because the armor itself is still valuable in nickel form, you know, as a bounty hunter. Some bounties are actually to rescue dentist nickels.
I share this information with the group. This is a lucky nickel.
Of a crushed corpse.
Elgar, being so scholarly minded and like somewhat intrigued by the whole dwarf star in armor black hole form, would vote to pick it up and hang on to it to study whenever he gets back to his apartment.
Oh yeah, because you're about the micro world.
Yeah, that just fascinates the hell out of him.
It's all yours as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, dude. I flip the
All
nickel
right.
over to him. Ping! Oh no, I don't do that because knowing this world, it's gonna like cause a black hole. Or
I was
something.
about to say we.
You hand it to me very safely.
There's no danger.
Yeah.
There's no danger for a
You
nickel.
wrap it in bubble
I pick
wrap.
it up carefully with the tweezers. Yeah. Okay. So you got the dentist nickel.
Got it.
While you guys are doing that, you kind of notice you're being watched, and you see WD-40 just watching you guys drooling, just drooling like a dog would.
Where is it up in like the? Oh, I see it now. Okay, it is up in the
Oh, I see it.
observatory section there.
Yes.
Does it have a head?
It does have a head. It's just a very ugly dog.
Okay.
The dog jumps down
Does it-
and he starts walking over
Oh no.
to the portal. What do you guys do?
I rush over to try catch it.
All right.
What do I need to roll to catch a dog?
You're going to have to roll an attack, a melee attack, but not to attack it. It's a combat maneuver to grapple.
Gotcha.
You get it. All right, you're holding the dog.
Catch the hell out of
You
that
are
dog.
holding WD-40. WD-40 looks at you and pants and then licks your face, wags his tail.
He didn't explode on you.
I say, I'm going to hang on to you, little guy. And I wrap him in a meaty pancho.
Aw,
That's
you've got
right.
a little meaty pancho doggy
I
baby.
swaddle him into like a baby Bjorn around me.
All right, you've got WD-40 wrapped up in a meaty pancho. You guys are free to head back or try to get out of all the death traps.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's get out of here.
Am I supposed to still find like the anteater thing? I forget.
Yeah, that was honestly like, I feel like only 30 minutes in game has actually passed
Yeah, we've still
since you
got,
were sentenced.
we have like a couple of days on that, I think.
Okay. Well, I do a quick scan. Could there be any in this arena after the nuclear bomb that went off?
No, the arena's pretty broken, but what you see in the night sky, you see the gas giant Butter orbiting past the sky, and
Oh my god, butter and pancake.
We solved the mystery.
Syrup.
It's breakfast.
so you see a completely black sky, and halfway up that sky, you see millions of stars. This is to further cement that this is the absolute edge of the known universe. There is nothing beyond where you are. And that's your normal Panquake night sky.
Huh.
So no snoot scoots.
Sorry, no snoot scoots in the sky. Not even a constellation, sadly.
Yeah, that was an awful lot of space talk for an animal
Yeah, I thought
question.
you were gonna tell me that like I saw like one flying overhead. And the reveal was gonna be that they're flying as well. They have wings.
It blocked out
No,
the
you
sun.
Goal just looked up and started admiring the Panquake shenanigans.
They're like shooting stars. They're so rare to see in the nighttime sky.
Shooting snoots.
All right. Well, if I remember, I've got a latte waiting for me, so I'm gonna see if this portal tries to kill me real quick. If we're done here.
Yeah.
All right, you guys head back.
For the record, the meaty pancho is wrapped around me like a baby Bjorn. So I'm hands free. I can still fight.
Yeah, he made a dog holster.
You come back and there's really nobody there. Looks like most of the people have headed to the talent show.
Oh, so we're like out of time then.
I wouldn't go that far, but just the entrance is past Coffee and Caffeine, past the Dragon with the Hat. So if you want your latte, you
Perfect.
can walk on by it.
Yep,
Oh, Gusty's latte.
heading that way, square by square. What?
Whoa. What's this demon of Mr. Travel?
You guys see a demon of Mr. Travel sitting nonchalantly, drinking a cup of coffee. He actually waves at you guys. Do you say anything to him?
I say what?
How's the coffee?
And to Goal and Gusty, this is just a normal demon.
Yeah, just a regular demon like we see all the time.
I mean, he's drinking coffee.
Oh wow, you actually labeled Gusty's latte here.
And Newt says, "There's your coffee. That's just gonna be, it's 3 credits because it's the day of my pictures. And you see this giant left hand of this dragon punching in the order just for your coffee. All right, you can pay at the terminal. My name's Newt, and I'm a barista.
All right, I go over there and I drop 5 credits into it.
Thank you, sir. I hope you have a good time at the talent show. And remember, don't get shot.
Oh, all right, Dragon Wizard.
Appropriately uneasy.
Careful, guys. And where you're headed to is right over here, past the Bounty Hunter's Truce, through another security port, just before you get into the talent show.
You have to
Elgar.
go through another security check.
Yeah, it's just a scanner. But the demon of Mr. Travel walks down to Elgar,
Oh,
and he sips his coffee and he says, "Yeah, so I work for Mr. Travel. To answer your question, this is how we can interact." And you see there's a little earpiece in his left ear. "Yeah, Mr. Travel is currently talking to me. So if you have any questions, maybe you can call me on this comm." And he gives you his comm number. "It's best for you to know that I'm just a demon of Mr. Travel. Anything more than that, I don't think you'd like." And before you can respond, he just walks back to his seat, and he fades into the seat, and he disappears.
Okay. That's good to have.
Ghoul, you have no idea what just happened.
Trust me, Ghoul, this is good.
Making some weird friends over there, Elgar.
As we walk down the hall, I give Ghoul the Cliff's Notes of what that means. I was in space, there was a void, this guy, Mr. Travel, wants us to kill Joy, and he sent me back.
That's cool.
We can talk to him.
We gotta kill Joy on this planet.
Yeah, but the bad Joy, the bad stuff, that basically the man, like that weird feeling we get from the man, we gotta kill that feeling.
So we gotta be killjoys. Okay.
Yeah, but not the good Joy, the bad Joy.
I've
You know what I mean?
Not really, but
Like, you know that joy that some people get from like kicking puppies, I think?
like sadism.
That joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
This story has turned into a drunk conversation.
Maybe we can ask Mr. Travel for clarification. I go, "Shh. Hey, Mr. Demon of Mr. Travel, can you settle this argument? Like, is kicking a puppy bad joy, or is it more like what'd you say, Ghoul?
Sadism.
Sadism. Where does it lie on that spectrum?
What are you guys talking about? No. There's goddamn evil on the goddamn planet who happens to anthropomorphize joy. That's why those demons are always laughing. Those bloodhounds. It's their thing. It's evil with a thing. And you hear it click off.
I think it's the same.
All right, pressing forward. Elgar, you really seem like you like had a near-death experience, but your brain was deprived of too much oxygen somehow.
We're just gonna see Elgar
I personally
kicking
love
puppies all over later.
Okay, so you guys
That was all one breath.
all go through security, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming they let us.
Everyone gets through except for Gull, who is once again
Of
trapped by a
course.
gravity trap because he's carrying 2 vials of unknown liquid.
Right.
In his
you still have
gullet.
that thing.
yeah.
That,
This one is more sensitive.
We never resolved.
This one is so much more sensitive that even if it's in his gullet, it still won't release him. What do you do?
What if I put up my butt instead? I need to put it way up there, Morty.
All right, do you put it up your butt? I'm dead
I
serious.
don't even know if I want these fucking things.
know, that's
like,
good.
You really don't know.
yeah, like I feel this could go horribly wrong.
That's all I'm gonna say. But like,
What if they break and I have like a cursed butt, or something? Like,
That would be narratively interesting, Ross.
what if you give it to WD-40 really quick?
Mm.
you know what? I'm just gonna give I don't want these anymore. I just ghouls over it. Like, if you want to shove it up people's butts, whatever.
Hang on, do
here
you
go.
pour both vials in the dog's mouth?
In the dog's mouth?
Worst game of Would You Rather.
Do you want to put the probably cursed vials in the dog's digestive system?
No, I'll do it.
Do you drink them both?
I drink them both because fuck it.
As soon as you drink them, your eyes glow an incandescent blue. Your right is blue, your left glows a heavenly gold, and you say,
A shroud incomparable, perplexity, complexity, listing, calmly laughing and crying, happy and sad. Lo, one stand in a band bound, not sound, shout, and loud, astound, the eyes ice easing of a pleasant apathy. A surprise, you surmise, mime, not mine, miser, steady milling, later mauling. Care, beware, here and there sightless stares on stairs in pairs, then open. This is when we kill. This is when it will happen. This is when you must kill the apathetic one.
In addition to that, you have a curse of the narrator, and now you have to speak in the fourth person.
The fourth person?
Okay, I can do that.
What would have happened if the dog had taken that?
Oh my god.
So I have to speak in the fourth person. All
Dole
right.
has to speak in the fourth
Dole.
person.
Wait, what is the fourth person?
So this is the curse of the narrator. You must narrate what you do. Each time you do
It's
it.
gonna be really hard to be a stealth guy if I'm always.
Yes. So,
Oh my
and I
God,
wrote it
okay.
out. It's -4 to stealth checks because you're narrating.
Oh,
Son of a
God.
bitch.
You're like, what's his name? Like Gronk from Emperor's New Groove.
What's going to be more impressive is when you
Yeah.
succeed your stealth checks. This lasts until you complete a story of narration. That's how you lift the curse.
Okay.
So that's such an involved curse. How long have you been waiting for us to drink that?
Probably since he gave it to us.
Since episode 1,
That is when we got it.
since you got
Joel
it.
feels like that he made a mistake here, fellas. Goal thinks that I should probably not drink this.
All right, the four of you continue forward because now
Yeah.
you're no longer trapped.
Well, this got weird.
This just got a whole lot more awkward.
You walk through into the green room and you see almost everyone you've encountered. You see Dr. Worm, you see Dr. Cough, you see Bartend, Sharon S., Hot Dog Joe, Boots Rutherford is there. There's also The Wind. There's a eunuch horn and Sinclair Thunderham. There is
Gross.
Kenny Up, the proclaimed villain of Panquake, and Granny Sunshine. Everyone is there waiting to do their own talent. Do you take this time to rest, or do you want to start talking to people?
Isn't Dr. Worm the guy we got that cursed vial from?
Oh, you guys are
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
When I'm here. Okay, I'm Dr. Worm. I don't suppose you still have those vials.
Wait, Dr. Worm, are you a real doctor?
I am. Okay, I'm not a real doctor, but I am a real worm. I am an actual worm, and I like to play the drums.
But do you live like a worm?
I live like a worm in this suit.
in a spacesuit.
Are you getting good?
I think I'm getting better, but I can handle criticism.
We'll try not to think too hard about the many worms he ate in his life.
No, Dr. Worm is an actual worm, like literally inside a giant robot. For him, it's giant. For you guys, it just looks like some robotic doctor.
Do you have a drum set with you?
I mean, at home, where I can practice.
Oh, I was hoping that was your talent for today.
No, it's not. I got to keep practicing, though. Sorry, guys. And he gets back to practicing his talent, which he just keeps squatting, and that's all he's doing to practice.
Oh, I would have assumed that his talent was quackery.
All right, so Elgar, with your 1 HP,
Yeah, I'd like to sit down and rest because I'm pretty woozy.
you can take a 10-minute rest. You lose 1 resolve point, but you gain back all of your stamina.
I will do that.
You should probably maybe also ingest some Mark 1 healing serums. Maybe a couple.
What is that?
It heals 1d8, and each of you
Yeah.
have 2 or 3.
I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Mark 1 healing serum.
All right. Oh, you heal 7 points.
Yeah. And I'm gonna roll another one.
Okay,
just
and then we'll add it up.
because-
Nice. Let's do 12 points. So you've got 13 HP.
I'm feeling slightly better.
yeah,
Gusty,
well,
do you
I'll take a
rest as well and heal
serum.
up? Do you not want to rest and gain all of your stamina back?
Oh, right. We gain all our stamina back from that.
Yeah, all of your stamina with the cost of 1 resolve point. That's the nice thing about stamina. And you heal 2 HP.
Yeah,
So you're up to
that'll
14 HP and
come in
18
handy.
stamina. But you have 4 out of 5 resolve points.
And I'm going to go hang out with Bartend, bring him a hot dog from Hot Dog Joe.
Hot Dog Joe is balancing, but he gives you a nod and like literally just throws you a hot dog while he's spinning in the air. Bartend is very excited to see you. And Granny Sunshine walks over to Boots Rutherford, probably for scolding him.
Oh, Boots is here. Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh.
I'm going to face away from Boots. Just look at Bartend.
Bartend says, I am so happy that you are here, Mr. Gusty Adams. I wanted you to know that because of today's events, I have decided to retire and spend the rest of my days with my family. I can't express just how important it is that I tell you I am going to retire, because only good things happen to those who retire.
I'm going to start looking at the windows while he's talking and just checking for random explosive devices or people taking out AK-47s or
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
25.
Everything really seems completely normal. All right, so that is what Gusty does. Ghoul, what do you do? As you are next to a unicorn and Dr. Cough talking to Sinclair Thunderham.
I guess I want to. I forget. No, I guess I'm not.
You have
that
not
hurt.
been hurt. Like, your range has really kept you safe, and also your defense. Like, all the spiders that tried to hit you just couldn't.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll just sit with Dusty and Bartend and just polish Audrey.
Cool. I think I'm clean enough. I think we can do our talent. I mean, you don't want to have anything bad happen. I mean, cleaning the gun is far too. It seems dangerous. All right.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah,
fine.
get a room, you two.
What mode do you have Audrey in?
In pistols right now.
All right. You guys see on a little monitor the entire auditorium full of the Day of Mind Pictures talent show. And what you see is the most people in one place that you have seen thus far. There's almost 200 people or something like that is what it looks like. The man, protected by 2 dentists, is sitting in the middle. They have sharpshooter assistants protecting him there. And you guys still have WD, by the way.
Yeah.
You see a stage with the first contestant of Pephon, the god of known, and in front of that sits a whole bunch of politicians. Then there's a shooty box where whoever is in charge of shooting, they go there. Because the talent show, you are supposed to spin a random number bot, and depending on what you roll, lets you know what you can do. For instance, if you roll a 2 through 20, then 3 normal people get to shoot you. Or if you run or roll 100, you get to shoot the man. 61 through 80, that's no shots, just giving you an idea of what can happen.
We have not had great luck with random numbers in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrified. That's just like right off the bat before you do
Yep.
your talent.
And so you
get
stand
shot.
on a trap door. So depending on what you roll, your corpse might be flung into an abyss, or you might be able to shoot the audience. Depending on what it is, it's completely random.
win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
There's no bad outcome.
And then you do your talent?
Yes. So that's why everyone is very...
But not if you're in the abyss.
No, because you're already dead by then. Or if the man doesn't like your
Okay.
talent, he pushes a button and you fall into the abyss.
Okay. I
Bro.
follow.
Before anything
Yeah,
happens,
geez, I need to get some apples or something to put on Elgar's head.
Oh.
it's okay. There are magical conjurers, so if you need items, they can just conjure them. Just for the sake of time, usually. But what happens first is the three of you feel a pull. Like you feel your body's being pulled towards Elgar. And you notice that the knickknacks are glowing. Dayman's blessing is about to actually come to fruition. Elgar, what do you do with the knickknacks?
Remind me again what the blessing was.
You don't know. He said he would bless them for you and your friends.
Okay.
And that's all he said.
I take the knickknacks out and I hold them in my palm and just concentrate on them.
When you concentrate on them, your knickknack evaporates and glowing light fills your whole body. The other knickknacks fly to Ghoul and Gusty, and the same thing happens to them. All three of you are glowing. Nobody gives a damn because they're too focused on their talents. So you've got 3 glowing people. I need all 3 of you to roll 1d100.
Oh, D100, okay.
It's a 26.
Wow.
All right, you have rolled your official numbers for your random lame power.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is
Presumably they're all equally lame.
rolling a 5 is the same as rolling 100. They are all equally lame. Starting with Austin, or with Elgar. Oh boy, I wrote it. You can walk 5 feet through time once per day. We will figure out what that means later.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Gusty,
Uh-huh.
you can copy any signature you see with 50% accuracy.
You fool.
And probably my favorite,
Going to commit so much crime.
Ghoul, you can commune with onions.
Ghoul immediate. So every time I'm narrating now, he's going to be saying it out
Yes.
loud, since that's how they
Yes,
work.
that's the curse of the narrator.
Ghoul says, as Ghoul says, Ghoul wonders what things he could do with this. Ghoul thinks they should go and talk to Hot Dog Joe. As he approaches the cart, he asks, I assume Hot Dog Joe's just like staring at him as he's talking out loud.
Yeah, he did notice.
He says to Hot Dog Joe, "Have you any onions? I wish to commune."
All right there, Ghoul. Yeah, let me see if I have any onions. Strange request. And he pops down to his onion drawer, and he gives you 1 onion.
Is it red,
It
yellow?
is a yellow onion.
What? Sweet
It
onion?
is completely
Okay.
covered. It's like it just came out of the ground. Then you cut off the stem.
I hold the onion up in my hand. Ghoul, excuse me.
Yeah.
Ghoul holds the onion aloft,
Oh boy.
akin to Yorick from Shakespeare. And I ask,
What do you ask the onion?
Ghoul, sup?
And you hear in the distant recesses of your mind, nothing much, bro.
I look at Ghoul looks at the others. Do you hear that?
Oh, no. Oh, cool, but I'm glad you're having fun.
Then you hear an extra bit. There is danger near you, my dude.
Ghoul says to his friends, "The onion is warning me."
This is my
Ghoul.
favorite curse.
It's like okay, Ghoul has lost his mind.
Okay, the combination of the curse and your power is I'm so happy about it. Oh my god. Okay, Ghoul, make a perception check.
Okay, do I have to? No. All right, let's see. Perception.
You feel something brush against your back, almost like if it was cloth, and then the sensation is completely gone.
Or the wind.
No, the wind is in the top left corner. The wind's practicing his talent.
Oh, I didn't even see his ass there.
No,
Okay.
the wind is here.
Okay, so I felt something brush against me. Spin around!
Nothing is there.
Ghoul yells aloud in his narration. Ghoul felt something on his arm.
So with that, I'm gonna set the stage. Pephon, the god of the known, starts his talent for the man. A hush waves over the crowd, and Pefon's role was for nothing to shoot him, so he is allowed to just do his talent without being harassed. And Pefon says, there are 235 individuals currently in this room. That is all. I am Pefon. And Pefon goes to the other green room. And that's how the talent show starts. So slowly, as everything gets going, like Boots Rutherford simply stands, exhausted and still sniffing. He holds up his bloody stumps of his hands and tries his best to pose with his bent proboscis, and no one makes a sound while he cries and poses. It's super awkward.
He did it. He did the awkward proboscis.
He drags his poor stumps and his bent proboscis to the other green room. Then Bartend goes, and he simply makes the man a whiskey sour, and the man telekinetically takes it from Bartend and downs it, then gives him a thumbs up. Bartend starts to cry. Sharon S. does a traditional landslide dance of the half-giant Quaker tribe, and it shakes the entire stage. One contestant rolls a 1 on the number generator bot, and a dentist shoots the buffer of politicians and kills 5 of them. There's only 3 politician buffers left. Now let's roll initiative to see what order of talents you guys get. Oh, dang.
8.02.
24.
Maybe 27.07 for me.
Gusty's going first. Roll me a D100 for the random number bot.
87.
Oh, you get to shoot an audience member who is not the man.
Huh.
Anyone.
Shoot him.
Wisconsin Wes.
Anyone with whatever I got.
Yeah, there's some bounty hunters in there. Wisconsin Wes is there. There's some sheep and centaurs.
I don't want to shoot a sheep.
Really, everyone you have seen. Well, it might be escape sheep. You actually can't refuse this.
Oh, okay. This seems...
Anyone in the audience.
Don't even think about having morals, Gusty.
Oh, there's a centaur mentor there. I shoot him immediately.
All right.
With my bullet pistol.
It is a 6000 model, but go ahead.
It doesn't matter. I'm traumatized.
Oh.
Being 18 to attack.
You do 4 damage to the centaur mentor.
All right, I'm going to twirl my gun and put it back in the holster.
The centaur mentor looks at you and says, "Ow, that was quite painful. Although I forgive you, for it may look like I am in the audience. That was a good roll. Bravo, sir."
Was that the left one or the right one?
That was the left one. There are 2 centaur mentors on the left stage and or 2 total on the left stage and the right stage.
Oh, are they not technically in the audience?
No.
Well, I don't regret it.
It's okay. The man simply looks at you and he says, "Well rolled, Gusty Adams. Now, what will you be performing for me today?"
I just got a couple of songs on this here guitar. Is it the same man? Or has he already changed?
He has not changed. This is the same man.
Alright, I pull my guitar around, start playing. They say, this one's called This One's for Scratch. And I start playing kind of a flighty tune for a couple of minutes before I start whistling along with it. But it's Android whistling, so it sounds, sort of like more like a saw type of thing, kind of a technotronic. Synthesized type of thing, and it reaches some weird ranges and kind of, put my whole thing, missing my old buddy, into it.
Kind of like a theremin, maybe?
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Okay.
And then after that, I say, this one's called The Pond Gods Got Me Down. And I switch the guitar over to electric. And I basically just spend the next 10 minutes just playing random blues riffs. Just way longer than it needs to be, just not stopping until it looks like everyone is bored with it. And then that'll be all of them.
All right, roll your musician.
That's right, that's the thing I got. That'll be 18.
When you finish playing, everyone cheers. Everyone stands up and gives you a standing ovation because what they just heard is so outlandish yet so sweet and so thoughtful that they are moved. Someone throws flowers at you and you don't know where they're coming from.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no one shoots you. Actually, people are shooting, but straight up in the air. And that was your talent. Even the man is clapping, seeming to hold back some form of emotion.
I was gunning for sadness.
It's not sadness.
Why aren't people booing? Shit.
All right, I'm going to scoop up some of the roses and head on over to the other green room with the hangout with God of the Known here.
Pefon says, "You are an android.
You are something.
There are currently 5 people in this room."
I'm counting 6, but that's fine. Oh, you don't think that you're a person? Yeah, learning a lot about this Pefon guy.
Yeah.
I walk away and I go hang out with Bartend. I'm done with him.
Yeah. Okay, next up for their talent is Ghoul.
So,
All right, roll your D100, Ghoul.
44.
Uh-oh. One shot at you. It's at
I
you.
think I dodged
It's
that.
at your EAC.
Oh, what's in my EAC?
Yeah, what's your EAC?
I just accidentally closed my character sheet. Apologies. Yeah, 14.
Yeah, it hits you. Oh boy, it's okay. It's just a D8. You take 6 damage.
Ow.
All right, we have Ghoul and Elgar up on stage, and the man says, "All right, what will you be performing for me today?"
I am going to demonstrate my marksmanship with, Ghoul stepped onto the stage and looked at the people before him. Don't be nervous, he thought to himself aloud. Don't say things aloud, he said to himself aloud. I hope I don't shoot Elgar in the head, he said aloud. I would like to demonstrate that my uncanny ability of marksmanship, Ghoul narrated to them.
The man just looks at you and kind of befuddlement, saying, "Right, you may continue."
Did you just narrate your narration?
Just like the onions I speak to, I have layers. I should have asked like a hot dog Joe for a tomato or some shit.
Out of nowhere, you see a tomato fly with a perfect arc, headed straight towards your hand. What do?
Try to catch it.
He threw it straight to you, so you don't even need to roll a reflex. You just hold out your hand and you catch
Okay, this goes right into my hand. Like bullet into
Wouldn't
the
it?
hand. Okay.
Hold on. Can I just say that wouldn't it have been just like deeply disturbing if you had to shoot an onion?
That's what I was just thinking.
That's what I thought you were going to do.
Good God, that would have just ended it.
It's going to get dark.
No, it would have just been trauma.
But thank goodness that didn't happen.
What do you do with this tomato?
I would go and put it on. It's just so confusing. I have to narrate what and say at the same time. Ghoul would demonstrate this by using his assistant Elgar, and he goes and puts the apple or the tomato on Elgar's head. Backs up about as far as reasonably that would be a good shot, and he just I do a badass kind of 90s shoot your pistols sideways shots at the tomato on his head, intent on blowing holes in it without like actually knocking off his head, like making it tomato Swiss cheese.
All right.
So I always think I have something rather than just so I guess attack.
Give me an attack with your pistols. You shoot the tomato straight in half, and the lower half remains on Elgar's head.
Damn.
Ghoul is satisfied with this. And then bowed.
A slow smattering of confused clapping happens, and then it slowly increases until everyone's clapping for quite an impressive shot, actually, especially with pistols. All right, Elgar, you're next. So, Ghoul, you can go to the other green room.
I wipe the tomato juice off of Elgar's head and say, Ghoul wished his friend luck.
Thank you, Ghoul, for the luck and not shooting my head off.
Ghoul thought it was the least you could do.
I respect you.
Ghoul's going over here now.
You rolled a 32, which means 2 people from the audience shoot you. So from the left side, fortunately, there's a politician buffer. Someone just blows up a politician with some crazy homemade gun that you have no idea what it is. And while you're on the trap door from the right, another person shoots at you and misses.
Whew.
Actually, the man says, "All right, Elgar, I don't know what's wrong with Ghoul, but what is your talent you'll be performing?"
Goodness, this is something I haven't shared with anyone before. And it's something I've stumbled upon in my scholarly studies of the stars. It appears to be an artifact from a land and a culture and a world unknown to me. And Elgar kind of activates his solar mote, which is normally his armor. I haven't really leaned into this yet, but it's a thing that's always with me, this like glowing orb of stellar energy.
2 of the assistants to the man point their guns at you. And
I say no.
That's all they do.
This is no weapon. And my solar mote kind of like flies into the audience and sort of just hovers there. And I say it's all part of my talent. And then from my satchel, I flip open a book, I dig down, and I find this kind of ancient, decrepit tome. And I open it up, and yeah, there's my orb, my solar mote. And it's just sort of like shining there, just like twinkle, 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 like that. And I flip open the page, and I begin to recite. And this is the passage I read. It appears to be a ritual of some sort that I do not know the meaning of. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above, the sky so bright, like a diamond in the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And that is all.
Gusty starts applauding.
Not a single member of the audience breathes. So wrapped in your words they were, because they had never heard such poetry before. And slowly, silent tears fall on all their faces. Even the man sheds a single tear for the beauty of TTLS. Then slowly, an applause so thunderous and booming that it shakes the entire house. The chandeliers crack, but they do not fall, for everyone was so taken by your words.
Elgar beckons his solar mote back and quietly bows.
And you go to the green room. You walk by a lion. Do you talk to him?
God damn it.
I glance in his direction as I pass by.
I just saw that name, you bastard.
The lion turns and says, "Hi, I'm Lion Neeson. Have you seen my daughter or plasma sword? I'm an actor. I'm Lion Neeson."
Elgar turns away from Lion Neeson.
Pefon says, "Lion Neeson is quite useless. Perhaps a throwaway joke, poorly used."
Elgar turns away from Pefon.
I'm gonna tell.
Elgar disengages.
I'm gonna tell Elgar and Ghoul to come in here where the party's at. Over with bartend. It's a bad crowd in that room.
And with that, we're gonna end. I have to admit, my favorite thing has been the onion gag now.
Him narrating himself talking to an onion was possibly the most fantastic part of this.
Yeah, that was très magnifique.
I've been holding on to those 2 vials for so long.
Yeah, I actually was thinking that the other day. Like, I was like, I don't think I ever took them out of my mouth and like was in this like witness people get shot by kangaroos and battle and.
Well, we're gonna have a very full episode next episode.
Every episode is full.
Okay.
We have so many things to do.
I know. It's just so much to do.
And now we're here. I can tell you, I thought we were gonna get to the talent show on like the second session. I was wrong.
We've just been powering through this, collecting all the mystery like sub-quests.
But now you've gone through and you've done your talents. All of you feel smarter, stronger, better, faster.
More productive.
Almost like you've leveled up to level 4.
Oh man.